Blessed morning, children. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm your online teacher, Sir Lip. At the end of this video, you will learn the concept of decimals, place value of decimals, changing fraction to decimals, and vice versa. But before we start, let me define first decimal, decimal point, and decimal place. When we say decimal, it is a number which represents units divided equally into powers of 10. Decimal is read exactly the same as fraction or mixed number. Decimal point separates the whole number from decimal number. Numbers written at the right of the decimal point have values as fractional part of a whole. Decimal place refers to the number of place occupied by the digits after the decimal point. In reading decimals, read the decimal number the same way as reading whole numbers, except for the place value, where tens become tenths, hundreds is hundredths, and so on and so forth. Add th at the end of the place value in reading decimals. The decimal point is read as n. As you can see this figure, first figure is divided by 10 and has 4 shaded parts. If we will write this in fraction, it is 4 tenths or 4 over 10. 4 out of 10, in words 4 tenths. Decimal is 0.4. Figure B, divide it equally by 100 and the shaded parts are 40. 40 out of 100. In fraction, 40 over 100. So 40 hundredths and the decimal is 0.40. Another example, 3.27. We read this as 3 and 27 hundredths. Look at the place value of the last digit, which is 7, and the place value of 7 is hundreds. Therefore, 3.27 is read as 3 and 27 hundredths. 648.84 is read as 648 and 84 hundredths. 45.007, 45 and 7 thousandths. To know the place value of decimal point, begin at the decimal point going to right, start at tenths, hundredths, thousandths, and so on. While the numbers on the left are the whole number. Starting at the decimal point, we have ones, tenths, hundreds, and so on. Here is an example of place value chart from decimal point going to left. Ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, and going to right, we have tenths, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, and millions. Example, 9,435 and 780,512 millions. Example, 9.75. The underlined digit is 7. So the place value of 7 is tenths. 64.89 or 64 and 89 hundredths. The underlined digit is 4. So going to left, so the place value of 4 is ones. Next, 4.987 or 4 and 987 thousandths. The underlined digit is 7. So the place value of 7 is thousandths. Next, write in figure 3 thousandths. 3 should be in thousandths place. So we will write 0.003. Next, 3 and 4 tenths. So if we write this in figure 3.4, we can write decimal numbers in expanded form and in exponential form. Example, 512 and 3,476 10,000s. By getting the value of each number, the expanded form is 500 plus 10 plus 2 plus 0.3 plus 0.04 plus 0.007 plus 0.0006. By writing this in exponential form, we have 5 times 10 squared plus 1 times 10 to the first power plus 2 times 10 raised to 0 plus 3 times 10 raised to 1 over 10 plus 4 times 10 raised to 1 over 10 squared plus 7 times 10 raised to 1 over 10 cubed plus 6 times 10 raised to 1 over 10 to the fourth power. When we are writing decimals in exponential form, we always use fractions as exponent. Changing fractions to decimal and vice versa. First, changing fraction to decimal. To change fraction to decimal, divide the numerator by its denominator. Example, 9 over 4 equals 9 divided by 4 equals 2 times 4 equals 8. 9 minus 8 equals 1. Put decimal point in the dividend, then add 0. Then bring down 0, so 10 divided by 4 equals 2. 2 times 4 equals 8. 10 minus 8 equals 2. Add 0 again and bring down. So 20 divided by 4 equals 5. 5 times 4 equals 20. Therefore, 9 divided by 4 equals 2.25 or 2 and 25 hundredths. Changing fractions to decimal. Terminating is the term used when the division process ends in 0. Example, 4 over 5. So, divide it. 4 divided by 5 cannot be. So, add 0 to the quotient. Add decimal point and 0 in the dividend. So, 40 divided by 5 equals 8. So, 4 over 5 equals 0.8 or 8 tenths. Another example is 3/4. 3 divided by 4 cannot be. So, add 0 in the dividend. So, 3 becomes 30. 30 divided by 4 equals 7. And don't forget to write decimal point in the quotient. So, 7 times 4 equals 28. 30 minus 28 equals 2. Add 0 again and bring down. So, 2 becomes 20. So, 20 divided by 4 equals 5. Therefore, 3 over 4 equals 0.75 or 75 hundredths. Non-terminating decimal are the decimal that continues endlessly. It is when the digit in the quotient repeats as your annex zeros to dividend. Example, 2/3. 2 divided by 3 equals 0.66. Or 0.66 hundredths, then put bar above the number in the quotient if it is continuous. Another example, 5 over 6 equals 0.8, then 3333 something. Then, if you write the answer, use again the bar line above the quotient. So, 0.833 bar. Changing decimal to fraction. Use the decimal place as the denominator, then express the fractions in the lowest term. Example, 0.25 or 25 hundredths. To write this in fraction, write 25 as numerator and the place value as denominator, which is 100. So, 25 over 100. Then simplify 25 over 100, divide both by 25. So 25 divided by 25 equals 1. 100 divided by 25 equals 4. So 25 over 100 equals 1/4. 0.125 or 125 thousandths. 125 over 1,000 because the place value is thousands. 125 over 1,000, if we simplify this, it is 1 over 8. 5 and 50 hundredths or 5.50 equals 5 and 50 over 100. Divide it again by 50. 50 divided by 50 equals 1. 100 divided by 50 equals 2. Therefore, the answer is 5 and 1/2. 18.06 equals 18 and 6 over 100 because 6 is in the hundredths place. If we simplify this one, 18 and 6 over 100 becomes 18 and 3 over 50. Changing fraction or mixed fraction to decimals. 3 over 10. To change in decimal form, count the number of zeros or 0, then move right to the left. So 3 10. So we have 1 0. So move 1 going from right to left. So the answer is 0.3. 5 over 100. So we have 2 zeros. Move 2 times from right to left. So 5 over 100 equals 0.05. 95 over 1,000. Move 3 times. So 95 over 1,000 becomes 0.095 or 95 thousandths. 8 and 4 over 100. Copy the whole number first, then fraction to decimal. So 8 and 4 hundredths becomes 8.04. 12 and 23 over 1,000 becomes 12.023. That's all. Thank you very much. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you again next time.